Hello YouTube, a quick update for you. In the last video I said that I'll probably be getting a new camera. Well, I have, and here it is. The Sony 4K FDR X3000, which they really should have shortened to something else that's easier to say, because that's a bit of a mouthful. So far, yeah, been playing around with this for the past couple of days. So far I'm really impressed with it. It certainly seems like it is worth the expensive price tag that it is. Yeah, packed full of features. I'm still learning how to use most of it. There's all sorts of stuff that it does. It's even got GPS. I don't know how you see that data. There is some kind of live streaming mode as well, which I'm not sure how that works because there's nowhere for a SIM card to go. So it must be some, maybe over Wi-Fi or something. Anyway, superb camera, brilliant picture quality. It's got this balanced optical steady shot, which makes things really smooth. That is quite impressive, and the only downside to that is you do occasionally get the edge of the helmet drift in and out of the shot, because as your head's moving around, the lens is sort of doing its magic inside to sort of like keep the image stable. So yeah, you do get a bit of that, but it's nowhere near as bad as the older type of image stabilization where you just felt drunk when you're watching that sort of video. It is a lot better than the older stuff, so you can see what that's like, because shortly after I've published this video I will publish the test footage. So there is test footage at 1080p 60 frames per second, which is what I normally upload in, day and night mode. That is also at, for the really geeky stuff, that is at the warmed down from the highest bitrate setting. This camera does up to 100 megabits per second if you have a fast enough SD card, which I don't. This does, so yeah, the 1080p footage I've uploaded is at 50 megabits per second, which is almost double what the Drift's high bitrate setting is, I think, on the Drift Ghost S, that is. I'm not sure, something like that. And then there's the 4K test footage, which I've uploaded as well, and that's at 30 frames per second at 60 megabits per second. And again, day and night mode on that. I think you'll agree that the nighttime mode does look pretty good. Considering most cameras struggle in the dark, as you'd expect, this seems to manage okay. It's certainly watchable, and it's not too grainy or noisy as it tries to compensate and things like that. It seems to, yeah, seems to be doing all right on that. And I think certainly on the 4K it looks a bit better, and I think that's because of the lower frame rate. Yeah, a lower frame rate in lower light is better than a higher frame rate, as far as I understand it anyway. So yeah, that's all going to be up there for you to have a look at if you're interested. Now, there's no helmet audio because I haven't got that set up yet. I haven't got a microphone at the minute because both of them have broken. They're both of my microphones. My one in my helmet, which I've been using for quite a few years now, which I think is my original Drift microphone. That's after years of plugging and unplugging it, the cable's got damaged at the jack end, and yeah, it's beyond repair. So that's knackered. And my other microphone, which was just a cheap lapel microphone, which I was using in this helmet, my Shark Explorer. That's the one I was having some issues with trying to get right with the audio quality. I took that out, attempting to film a video for my other channel, RatTube, and yeah, I took my eyes off it for a moment, and next thing I know, one of them's picked it up and bitten through the cable, so that one's knackered as well. So yeah, currently got no microphone, but I need to get all that sorted. And it's with this camera, there's no mic sensitivity settings in the settings, so the microphone's got to be the right sort, or there's got to be some kind of inline volume control on it. So I need to source something that's going to do the job for that. So there's going to be a lot of trial and error with that. So yeah, motor vlogs for now are going to be on hold until I get that sorted. But in the meantime, yeah, there's test footage if you want to have a look at that. Let me know what you think. And also, I've got some product reviews to do anyway, so yeah, there'll still be videos trickling through. I've got a biker tidy to review, and well, the Shark Explorer, I can do the review for that now. And of course, I will be doing a full in-depth review of this camera once I sort of figure out more stuff about it. I think once we've got the audio set up, I think that's when I'll do that. But yeah, overall, I'm very impressed with it. It seems to work really well. Now, the Ghost S, the reason I'm not going for the Drift 4K is because I just don't have confidence in Drift anymore. These used to be pretty damn good cameras, and well, when they work, they are. but the reliability just seems to be deteriorating. This, in the last few weeks, has failed on me more times than it ever has. It's almost daily it fails. And you'd think it's probably the SD card. It's not. I've formatted the SD card several times just to make sure. I've even used this SD card in the Sony, and it's been absolutely fine so far. So I'm pretty sure the SD card is fine. It is the camera that's letting me down. So yeah, that's the reason for one, getting a new camera anyway, and two, not getting the Drift 4K. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there, otherwise I'll keep going on about the differences between the two, and you know, like the only, I will say this, the only thing I do miss from the Ghost S is the rotatable lens, so you can get the perfect angle. You don't have that on the Sony. That's one thing it's missing out on. There's one thing Drift has got right, is the rotatable lens. That is perfect. Anyway, that's enough of that. So do check out the test footage if you're interested. If not, don't bother. Simple as that. They're only 5 minutes long each. So yeah, have a look at those, see what you think. Otherwise, normal service will resume as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Ride safe out there, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.